Hi, my name's Kane and I work on the BD team here at Uncrowd. You can see my little face up there on the screen. So, in this short 5 to 10 minute presentation, I want to talk about how and why you need to avoid basing your CX strategy on just feedback and feedback alone and without taking into account the wider competitor context. Um, so, we all like to talk a good customer centric game, right? Makes sense. I mean, we all want more of them at the end of the day. But the thing is, it's harder and harder to get to this point, especially when everyone in the market is after the exact same thing. Now, here at Uncrowd, we believe that if you don't know where you're winning and where you're losing, it becomes extremely difficult to know the true value that you're bringing to the market. So here we have Retailer X. So Retailer X has a 10% market share in whatever Retailer X does. Let's say they sell those miniature symbols that you see with monkeys on their like TV shows sometimes, whatever they are. Now, Retailer X has a whole host of different tools available to them: MPS, CSAT, you name it, they've got it. Now, the issue Retailer X has is that their current tools are telling them that everything is hunky dory. NPS scores are higher than they've ever been before, up from 7 to 7.1. And congratulations, everyone, you get your bonus now, right? But the issue is they can see that the sales are going down. They can see that the market is getting smaller. The current customers who are being surveyed, they're satisfied, yet there's less money in the till. And we're hearing this all the time. This is because traditional customer analytics are it's only ever really looking inward and not outwards towards the rest of the market. Now, 10% share in the miniature symbols market is nothing to be ashamed of. It's a solid slice of the pie, right? But the issue is that there's 90% of that pie that you know nothing about and you do not have access to. And this is where the opportunity lies. When you're only ever concentrating on that 10%, there's no real understanding of the 90% of the market. Why are they not shopping at retailer X? And this is the issue within a shrinking market. There are fewer new customers entering and there's less money swirling around. And the only clear path to growth is from stealing from your competitors. And the only way you can really do this is from actually knowing why they're shopping there in the first place. You need to know how they're stealing your lunch. Now, as I continue through this presentation, I will identify one very clear problem with current tools. Now, there's $20.8 billion being wasted on feedback tools that do not answer one simple fundamental question: how do I grow? Without competitor data, it becomes very difficult for a retailer to identify where they're winning and where they're losing. Something I've heard time and time again in the market is how there's just too much data and not enough insight. Current tools hand over so much data focusing on customer pain points, on their gripes, but no real clear insight on where to focus next. No clear idea on what is actually impacting customers' retailer preferences. Now, addressing just pain points alone is kind of like going to a house and there's a fire in every room. You need to know which one to put out first. You need to know how to prioritize your next move. And customer feedback tools do not do this. They do not help retailers focus on the thing that matters, that's going to make the biggest impact. So, just a quick question: are you tall? Easy to answer, right? Short, average, tall. We know, right? We know. How do you know? Could be a whole host of different ways. You saw other people around you and you placed yourself relatively to them. You may have looked up the stats. Either way, what you did was that you used a comparative data set to answer the question. Now, short, average, tall, it really doesn't matter. It's all good. But when it comes to your CX performance, it does matter. You need to know where you are on the leaderboard. You need to know why you were there. And most importantly, what do I need to do to move further up the leaderboard? And that's what we do in a nutshell. Our platform analyzes the whole marketplace, measures everyone in the same way, and clearly highlights the things that need doing that will make the most difference. Now, we believe here at Uncrowd that insight is only as good as the data that goes into it. Current analytics rely on surveys and customer feedback. And a study from Gartner revealed that actually 94% of companies are using surveys. Now, there's one big problem with using this as a data source: it's humans. Humans are terrible narrators, super emotional, and rarely knowing what made us pick X over Y. And there's always these huge discrepancies between what people say and what people do. And I would know this. I saw this all the time when I worked in market research. Now, the thing is, when humans do answer, they're usually just guessing at what they think is the answer, or answering leading questions, which in turn gives you leading answers. And that's why we do things differently at Uncrowd. We don't survey opinion, we observe truth. By doing this, we strip all that opinion out of the data set. It's the subjective versus the objective. We operate in the objective because this is where the truth lies. So, just to round up, there are three main takeaways I'd like you to leave with. Firstly, to truly understand your CX performance, you have to do this by considering it in relation to the market, comparing yourself to the competition. Secondly, traditional customer analytics pass over a lot of data, but no real insight on what to do next. It's lacking that actionability, as it were. And finally, insight is only as good as the data that's fed in. Current tools are full of bias, which actually damages the power of the insight that comes out of it. To avoid these pitfalls, you need to be moving to a model that collects observational data across the entire marketplace, giving you competitive insight on where you're winning and where you're losing. And then this information is key to actually knowing what you need to do next to grow your market share. So I just want to thank you for your time. As you can see, my QR code is here on the screen. So if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, you're more than welcome to do so. But otherwise, please digest what I've spoken to you about today. Reach out to my email you see on the screen if you want to find out more. More than happy to talk to anyone. But yeah, thank you. So bye.